Hey, good people, once again, Happy New Year to all of you. Welcome to 2018, as if I am officially the person who's supposed to announce it, but anyway, nevertheless, this is my channel, so I can welcome you all. Apart from the numbers, the digits change from 7 to 8. I think every year we as human beings, we try to look at it from different perspectives. We wonder about last year, how it was, good, bad, and we try to reflect that in the upcoming days for the new year. So some people have resolutions and stuff. I usually don't have those, but I try to learn from my past year's mistakes or stuff I wish I could do differently. So I'll be doing like a sort of that sort of video that six things that I kinda wish I will do different this year. And these, I believe, I would like to share with you. I guess it can help a few people out there, right? And we will be doing 2 episodes. The first one is this, non-fragrance related, somehow related to fragrances, but not really review. Second review, I want to start the year off with a positive note, right? So I'll be doing Sunshine Man by Amouage in my second episode, so watch out for that, right? I'm not sure how long interval I'll take, but probably by tonight. So that fragrance, it's a very special one. Watch out for the review. So the 6 things. Let's start without further delay. Excuse me. The first one, I would like to say that I learned 2017 was don't ever expect anything from people. Don't hold expectations from people or from anything. Business venture, let's say you bought a lottery ticket or something, for example. Don't hold too much hope. Hope is mother of all disappointments, right? Sometimes, if you hope too much, if it doesn't match your outcome, you might get very upset and depressed, right? So try to believe in, be positive and leave it up to God to see if your luck clicks, because you need luck. Without luck, you cannot achieve anything in life. You can pray, it might work, might not work for you. So if you didn't hope when it happens, it makes you really happy, right? So anything you do in life, don't keep any hopes like, oh, my parents gonna get me this year, or my boyfriend or girlfriend gonna do this for me this year, or anything. If you do not have any expectation, you'll enjoy your life better. So that's one thing, giving up expectations, right? Second, this is very important. This is something to do with fragrances, okay? Sorry, I had some energy drink late night, kinda got the punishment right now. So I would say second tip is related to fragrances. So those who collect, most of us don't have huge amount of money. We have limited amount of money that we can spend. For me, unfortunately, I spend all my money behind food and fragrances. All right, more on fragrances, less on food, I guess, but those are the 2 areas I really like to spend my money because I love my fragrances. But one tip I'll give you, I shared this in my page, that is very important. Don't always spend all your money. All right, keep some spare cash in your pocket. The reason being, sometimes emergencies will come. You need to buy a few things, like, let's say, for example, my clock, sometimes it ran out of battery, so I need to buy batteries. Sometimes I need to buy my stuff, like, let's say, soap, shampoo, household goods, and you need to buy tissues and a lot of this stuff, bean bags. So you'll need some spare cash. You want to eat something nice sometimes, right? So just giving, because I know many people are addicts like me in fragrances. They spend all their money. So downside of that is you cannot enjoy anything else in life, okay? That is not a healthy way to go about it. I would suggest keep some, at least $50 to $100 spare cash in your pocket. You know what it will do? The other side was, like, sometimes you'll see a lot of sellers selling stuff on the pages, different pages, and you wait, you don't see anything interesting, you just go and spend your money on something you didn't need. But suddenly you saw someone posting something you really wanted. Like, for example, you wanted this fragrance, which is hard to find. Let's say 24 Gold by Sense Story. You wanted this fragrance for a long time, but someone posted, but you don't have the cash. So you cannot tell all the buyers, like, keep it for me, I'll buy it later, right? You can't say that. So that time you'll feel really a lot of pain. To me, I feel that way anyway, because I have few sellers in my group who are my brothers. Excuse me. They post stuff and then I just go and run and buy it. So always keep spare cash, which I made a mistake last year. I will never do it. I'll never run out of cash. I'll keep some cash, and this year I plan to also pay back all the debts. I have few debts. So anyway, so second point was save your money, keep some money in your pocket. Third one is don't waste your money on unnecessary things. Something to do with the previous point, but yeah, this is true. Don't buy garbage stuff. Mostly, like when you don't have cash, you become very thoughtful, right? Many of us become philosophic, but that's when life teaches you things. When you don't have cash, you cannot afford the things that you want. That's when you start thinking, and that's when you start realizing a lot of things. So I believe I did make some mistakes. Like last year, I overspent. I sort of wasted money on many things I didn't need. I bought them and I never used them. Even for perfumes, I bought some of them, I never used them. So what I really want to say is don't waste your money on things that you don't need. Only buy things that you really want and keep it saved. The rest of the money saved, and buy something you really want, or buy someone else something they really want, right? Do share. Number 4 is patience. I think I'm not a very patient person. I'm not a very I would say even mature in that way, because when I started off my group, I was very impatient. I was very angry. I'm a very angry man. It doesn't show here. I seem like a very nice guy, but I'm sometimes not very nice guy. I'm like the Hulk. People acting stupid, gets me pissed off sometimes. And the situation sometimes, people, things go in their head. Times are frustrating, people do wrong stuff. But then as soon as you realize, that's good, But what I'm trying to say about patience is, bad times will come. That time is very difficult. Those are the challenging times. Happy times are easy. You just go and have a good time. But when the hard times come, try to be nice to people, nicer to people who really love you, care for you, and are there for your hard times, right? I will try my best. Even I say that to my girl, and I say to my friends also, I'll try to be nice to them, right? Good times will come back, I believe, because every time after the day, night appears. After night, the sunrise comes again. So you have to be hopeful, not as in like the first point, like too hopeful for something, expectations, but you have to be positive. Don't be too negative, don't be too positive. Stay somewhere in the middle, neutral. Number 5 is this point. I think it's important, it applies to me, and I would suggest you to follow if possible. I was talking about balance. What I mean by balance is, do not rush too much to buy a fragrance, and do not delay to buy a fragrance too much. So the downside of those are, if you rush too much, you end up buying something that you may not want it or may not like later, and you think like you just wasted your money. If you delay too much, that thing can be sold out. That perfume can be discontinued. That perfume can be reformulated. Prices can jack up, and in the end, the worst case scenario, you might not end up buying that. Buying that fragrance. Like for me, Gucci Guilty Intense. No, Gucci Oud. Sorry. I think it was Oud Intense or something. And the Oud, the special one, the famous one from the Gucci line. Guilty line, Gucci Guilty, Oud Intense, something like that. Anyway, so the Oud perfume, I saw it somewhere at good deal, around $70. I didn't buy it then. Skipped it, wandered about for a few weeks. Not few weeks, I think a couple of weeks. I went back to the shop, boom, gone. Came back to the market once again, overpriced. It was $100 plus, and now it's not available anywhere. So that's what I mean. Sometimes it can happen to you. When you really want something, do your research, do it quick, and you should know that you love it enough, you want to get it. So get it, own it, feel good, right? Okay. And the last point before I finish is, here's my diary, by the way. The last point I would say is believe in what you do. If you're doing fragrance reviews, I was talking to Chad earlier today, and we had a serious conversation. Him and me, we kind of share a lot of similar views. He's a good man, he's a brother of mine. We go through our tough times, right? So he was telling me, bro, some things, it's difficult. I may, slow down on the reviewing and stuff. So I'm not going to share everything that we talked, but I'm just telling you, at some point, you may not feel that you want to do this thing anymore. You might feel tired when you're not feeling appreciated. You don't enjoy the game. You might feel depressed, and you feel like this is not worth it. People are assholes, Just not say it out there. People are not nice. They're not appreciating. They're saying too many negative things. You know what I suggest? I suggest that you do what you want to do, right? There's no pressure. Absolutely. I'm not talking about Chad. I'm talking about everyone out there. Earlier this year, like last year, around December between November December was a very difficult time for me. Just sharing this with you guys. I do a small business of decanting, something to do with perfumes. That's why I buy so many fragrances. I do a decanting business. That's sort of my business, only thing that I do. I really wanted to work in the perfume line, but there's no such market that's been created yet that will offer you jobs. Even if you're damn good, if you're doing good and you're sincere, no one offers you anything for free. So if this was state, maybe different story, but then I'm trying to make a career out of it. Someday I'll work with perfumes like 110%, but until that day I just gonna do this thing. So last 2 months of the last year was very difficult. Business was slow. I was making almost no money whatsoever, and at one point I really felt like I want to sell off my perfumes. I want to pay the people back that I borrowed money from. I owe people to. That would be so easy, just sell off fraction of my perfumes. I can pay people off, but then they'll be gone after so much sacrifice, money, time, choices. I somehow didn't do it. I didn't do it, not to say I paid everyone back, but this year that's the focus first. But there was a point I really wanted to give up. Then I think I cried at some point. It sounds pathetic, but then yeah, it's true. You go to the crossroads of life, and you realize things. And the thing is, I really decided not gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the bullet, just gonna stay back, keep my head low until the good times arrive. My girl she's very like supportive and stuff, even though we have our own challenges and stuff. But I think thanks to her and thanks to some of my friends who always give me the positive energy, plus my perfume itself, and then I somehow pass the time. So the thing is, this year I plan to grow. I plan to never stop loving fragrances. So this is what I really love, and this is what I really want to do and learn. There's no end to learning. I know basically nothing. After 1 year I can say that confidently. No doubt. I know not much. Even most of the reviewers, they're learning every day. So all of us are learners. In this world there's no end to knowledge. So as long as you're doing it honest, people can see it. People can see the reflection in you. You're keeping the thing real. The shit is real, and you do what you love. You love what you do, and then you say things that make sense, that is honest, and you're not simply just a salesperson or being promoted, receiving free bottles and just saying good stuff, kissing asses, and you're just doing reviews. At some point, if you're not real, if you're just doing it like sort of how to say it, because you have to do it, people can tell, and you run out of ideas. That's what happens with even some reviewers. And some reviewers decided to call it quits, right? So I'm taking a little bit time to say this thing because it's important for the initial time of the year. I really wish, I don't want to leave, I don't want to quit. What I really want to do is this game. I really pray to God that I get the support that I need to keep this game alive, and I can review, I can sniff, I can use. This is what makes me happy. This is what truly makes me happy. And I really have one more wish, that people stop fighting and going after people, and then cause this huge nonsense. I'm not gonna say everything is nonsense. Some good valid points stay, but we should focus on something positive. So the last point, coming to a conclusion, I tend to do what I love to do. If I don't enjoy it, I'll call it quits. For sure, I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to do this that I hate. I always do things that I love. This is what I think special about me, right? So thank you guys very much for all the comments, for all the wishes for the new year. And the 6,000 subscribers sounds like a dream. 2-3 years back, people really cannot think of 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, right? So I don't promote myself. You guys come and join me. So thank you very much for all that. So now I'll be going and prepare for the review of Amouage Sunshine Man. Hope I can do it justice, and I'll tell you what I got so far, who is it for, all the details, right? Lovely. All right, so that's all for now for this episode. Bye for this time and for this episode. Wait for the second episode. Take care. Bye-bye.